Hello and welcome to YouThink. Have you ever stopped to think about the wild stories behind the words we use every day? Today, we're back with 12 fresh word phrase origins you've never heard us explore before. From biblical treasures to quirky historical mishaps, we're peeling back the layers of language to reveal where these sayings come from. So, grab a snack, get comfy, and let's dive into the fascinating origins of the words we toss around without a second thought. Let's start it off with that old saying, the apple of my eye. Ever called someone this, meaning they're your absolute favorite? This gem comes straight from the Bible. Deuteronomy 32:10, where God cares for Israel like the apple of his eye. It's referring to the pupil, that tiny precious part. Back then it was all about something you'd protect with your life. Today it's your kid, your pet, or that one friend who you trust and always has your back. From Deuteronomy to your grandma's love, it's a phrase that shines bright, a biblical eye turned into a modern-day treasure. Next, beyond the pale. You may have heard this when someone's behaviour gets out of line. It's from medieval Ireland, where the pale was a fenced area under English control. Step outside and you were in lawless chaos. First noted in the 14th century, it's all about crossing that invisible line. So if you're beyond the pale, you're breaking the rules big time. Now let's set out to sea with by and large. You use this to mean generally speaking, right? It's a sailor's term from the 17th century. By means into the wind, while large means to go with it. The ability to handle both meant you could sail no matter what, so it came to mean overall. Check old naval logs from the US or Royal Navies and you'll see it in action. Pretty cool how a sea phrase steers our conversations. Here's one you've heard before. Dead ringer, meaning an exact lookalike. This comes from 19th century horse racing, where ringer meant a lookalike horse was swapped out to trick bettors. A dead ringer was spot on. It first popped up in racing slang in late 1800s newspapers. It's like a con artist's trick turned into an everyday word. Interesting indeed. Time for eat humble pie. Ever had to apologise and feel small? This comes from the 14th century, where humble pie was made from animal innards, eaten by the lower classes while nobles got the good stuff. Eating it meant humbling yourself. From medieval kitchens to modern shame, talk about a tasty lesson. Next up, the flea market. Love a good bargain hunt? This comes from the French marché aux puces, meaning market of fleas, because old furniture might have been infested with them. It hit English in the 1920s, turning a scratchy idea into a treasure trove. Who knew fleas could start a shopping trend? Here's goody two-shoes. That overly good person, it's from a 1765 kids' story where Marjorie Meanwell, a poor girl with one shoe, gets another and verbally expresses her gratitude about her two shoes, reflecting her newfound virtue. It's a literary jab that stuck. Pretty fun origin, huh? Now, high on the hog. Living large, right? The best pork cuts are up high, so eating high on the hog meant you could afford luxury. The less affluent likely dined on organs, feet and scraps. It developed from there to become a 19th century American slang term. From the farmyard to the table, it's all about the good life. Here's a familiar one you've heard, in a pickle. It refers to being stuck in a mess. This goes back to Shakespeare's time. In his writing of The Tempest in 1611, the King of Naples was referring to a drunken jester who had just survived a storm at sea, asking, "How camest thou in this pickle?" It's evolved into any tough spot. A literary pickle turned into an everyday jam. Next, jaywalker. That reckless street crosser? Jay meant a foolish person, and in the early 1900s it tagged pedestrians dodging cars to cross the street. It first showed up in 1917 newspapers. There you go, urban chaos coining a new word. All right, let's shine a light on keep your eyes peeled. It's a phrase that sounds a bit odd, but packs a thrilling bit of history. It means to stay alert and watchful, like you're on the lookout for something big. The peeled part comes from an Old English term, peel, meaning to keep your eyes open wide as if you were peeling them back to see everything. Picture this. Back in 1850s Britain, night watchmen patrolled the dark streets at night, straining their eyes to spot danger, thieves, fire, you name it. They'd peel their eyes to stay sharp, and the phrase stuck. Today, we use it for spotting deals or surprises, like finding that hidden gem in a crowded store. So next time you land a good deal, think of those vigilant night watchmen and keep your eyes peeled to uncover the treasures around you. Finally, lick into shape. Improve something? Medieval folks thought bear cubs were born shapeless, amorphous blobs that the mother bears had to lick into the proper shape of a cub. The phrase has since evolved into shaping or improving something or someone through effort or discipline. But in its original context, it referred to this mythical act of bears licking their formless offspring into a recognizable cub shape. And there you have it, 12 new phrase origins to blow your mind. From biblical eyes to bear cub myths, language is a wild ride through history. Which one surprised you most? Drop it in the comments, we'd love to hear. Try using one today and share this video with a friend who loves a good story. Let's keep uncovering the magic of words together. Thank you for watching. If you valued the time you invested here today, subscribe and hit the bell icon to get more similar content from YouThink.